Abdullah Mason delivered another statement performance on a memorable hometown fight night, stopping Albert Bell in front of an electric crowd that had been waiting to see one of boxing's brightest young prospects shine. From the opening bell, Mason looked calm, focused, and confident, showing why so many boxing fans believe he has the potential to become one of the sport's future stars. His speed, sharp combinations, and ring IQ immediately put Bell on the defensive, while the hometown audience grew louder with every clean punch that landed. It wasn't just another victory, it was a performance that reminded everyone why Abdullah Mason continues to generate so much excitement in the lightweight division. As the fight progressed, Mason settled into his rhythm and began controlling every aspect of the contest. Albert Bell attempted to use his experience and movement to slow the pace, but Mason patiently cut off the ring and continued finding openings. Instead of rushing for a knockout, he stayed disciplined, picking his shots and forcing Bell to work much harder than he wanted. Every round showed Mason growing more comfortable, while Bell looked increasingly frustrated trying to solve the young southpaw's offense. The turning point came when Mason started mixing body shots with fast combinations upstairs. Those attacks gradually drained Bell's energy and made it difficult for him to keep moving. Whenever Bell tried to answer back, Mason responded with even faster combinations, exciting the crowd and keeping the momentum completely on his side. The atmosphere inside the arena became louder with every exchange as fans sensed the finish was getting closer. Eventually, the pressure became too much. Mason unleashed another sharp combination that forced the referee to step in and stop the contest, giving the hometown favorite an impressive stoppage victory. The celebration inside the arena erupted immediately, with fans rising to their feet to applaud another dominant performance from one of boxing's fastest rising talents. It was a finish that highlighted not only Mason's punching power but also his maturity, patience, and ability to break down an experienced opponent. After the fight, emotions were high throughout the arena. Mason embraced members of his team, who had spent weeks preparing for this moment. Trainers, family members, and supporters celebrated together, knowing that another important step had been taken in his professional journey. The smiles inside the corner reflected the confidence they have always had in Mason's ability, while the crowd continued cheering long after the official announcement was made. The victory also sparked conversations about what comes next. Fans and analysts immediately began discussing possible future opponents and whether Mason is ready for even bigger challenges against higher-ranked contenders. With every impressive performance, expectations continue to grow, but Mason has consistently shown that he remains focused on improving rather than looking too far ahead. His disciplined approach has become one of his greatest strengths. Albert Bell deserves credit for accepting a difficult challenge and showing toughness throughout the fight. Although the result did not go his way, he continued competing against one of boxing's most promising young fighters. Performances like these are part of the sport, where experienced veterans often test the next generation of talent, helping reveal whether rising prospects are truly ready for the next level. For Abdullah Mason, this victory represents much more than another win on his professional record. Fighting successfully in front of hometown supporters carries extra pressure, yet he appeared comfortable under the spotlight from beginning to end. Instead of allowing the occasion to overwhelm him, he embraced the moment and rewarded the fans with an exciting performance that they will remember for a long time. Looking ahead, Mason's future appears brighter than ever. His combination of speed, accuracy, defensive awareness, and composure makes him one of the most exciting young fighters to watch today. While tougher opponents will undoubtedly come, performances like this suggest he has the tools to continue climbing the rankings and competing against the best fighters in the division. If he continues developing at this pace, championship opportunities may not be far away. As the lights dimmed and the arena slowly emptied, one message remained clear. Abdullah Mason didn't simply win another fight, he strengthened his reputation as one of boxing's rising stars. His hometown crowd witnessed another memorable chapter in his career, and boxing fans everywhere will now be watching closely to see what challenge awaits him next. The journey is far from over, but nights like this prove that Abdullah Mason is steadily building a career worth following. One of the biggest reasons this performance stood out was Mason's composure. Many young fighters become overly aggressive when they sense a stoppage is within reach, but Mason showed the patience of a seasoned professional. Rather than chasing a dramatic knockout with wild punches, he trusted his training, maintained his balance, and continued landing clean, accurate shots. That level of discipline is often what separates talented prospects from future world champions. Every exchange demonstrated that he was thinking several moves ahead, making smart decisions instead of relying purely on athletic ability. Another impressive aspect of the fight was Mason's footwork. Throughout the contest, he consistently positioned himself to attack while limiting Bell's opportunities to counter. Small adjustments in angle allowed him to create openings that were difficult to notice in real time but became obvious on replay. These subtle movements helped him stay in control and prevented Bell from establishing any lasting rhythm. It was a reminder that elite boxing isn't only about power, it's also about positioning, timing, and intelligence inside the ring. The hometown atmosphere added another layer to the night. Every successful combination from Mason was met with loud cheers, creating an energy that pushed the excitement to another level. Fighting in front of family, friends, and longtime supporters can create enormous pressure, yet Mason appeared comfortable embracing the moment. Instead of letting emotions affect his performance, he used the crowd's energy as motivation while remaining focused on executing the game plan his team had prepared. Moments like these are important for a young fighter's development because they build confidence without encouraging complacency. Every victory provides lessons, and championship-level athletes understand that there is always room to improve. Even after an impressive stoppage, there will likely be film study, technical adjustments, and discussions about areas where Mason can become even sharper. That commitment to constant improvement is often what keeps talented fighters progressing toward the top of the sport. The performance also reinforced the growing belief that Mason is ready for increasingly difficult competition. As prospects continue winning, the level of opposition naturally rises. Future opponents will study his habits, search for weaknesses, and arrive with strategies designed specifically to slow his momentum. Those challenges will test not only his physical skills but also his ability to adapt during high-pressure moments. Based on what fans witnessed against Bell, Mason appears eager to embrace those opportunities. Another interesting takeaway from the fight was the efficiency of Mason's offense. He rarely wasted punches or forced unnecessary exchanges. Instead, he selected his attacks carefully, making every combination serve a purpose. That efficiency allows a fighter to conserve energy while steadily breaking down an opponent over several rounds. It's a quality that becomes increasingly valuable as competition gets tougher and fights become more tactical. As conversations continue throughout the boxing community, many fans are already imagining potential future matchups. While names and rankings will continue to change, one thing remains consistent: every strong performance increases expectations. Mason's challenge will be maintaining the same level of focus regardless of the opponent standing across the ring. The best fighters build their reputations by delivering disciplined performances night after night, and this victory suggests Mason understands that process. The respect shown after the fight also reflected the values that make boxing unique. Fierce competition inside the ring often gives way to mutual respect once the final bell sounds. Regardless of the outcome, stepping into the ring requires months of sacrifice, discipline, and courage. Moments of sportsmanship remind fans that every fighter deserves recognition for accepting the challenge and competing at the highest level. Looking at Mason's overall progress as a professional, it's clear that each performance is adding another piece to his growing reputation. His confidence continues to grow alongside his experience, but perhaps even more importantly, his decision-making inside the ring continues to improve. Young fighters often rely on natural talent early in their careers. The most successful champions, however, combine talent with patience, discipline, and adaptability. Those qualities are becoming increasingly visible every time Mason competes. As the boxing world looks toward the future, Abdullah Mason remains one of the sport's most intriguing young contenders. Nights like this are about more than adding another victory to the record, they're about proving that the hype surrounding a fighter is backed by real performances inside the ring. If he continues to develop at this pace, fans can expect even bigger nights, tougher challenges, and unforgettable moments in the years ahead. For now, this hometown victory serves as another strong reminder that Abdullah Mason's journey is only beginning, and the next chapter could be even more exciting than the last.